starts on Channel 4 and Channel 4 streaming with a new documentary series called Michael Jackson: The Trial. And here's a clip.
Dozens of investigators swarmed Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. The search is tied to allegations from a 12-year-old boy that he was molested by Jackson.
Sheriff's Department, we have a search warrant.
I was told that if you say or do anything, you're going to kill your career.
Are there any secret rooms?
Michael had some kind of control over me. I didn't say what I should have said.
Tonight, Jackson is wanted by police.
So, of course, it was Channel 4 that showed Leaving Neverland and the follow-up to that, in which two now grown men talked about the fact that they said they had been sexually abused, groomed and sexually abused by Michael Jackson. And certainly for me, it left me in no doubt that that really had happened. So this is going back to 2005 when Jackson was on trial. He was accused of molesting 13-year-old Gavin Arvizo, who was a young lad with cancer who went to stay at the Neverland estate in California. He'd already paid out a huge, something like $23 million to, is it Jordan Chandler and his family, who had previously wanted to take out a civil lawsuit against Jackson about a similar accusation. But he still said he hadn't done anything. There's still some Jackson apologists in this. Unsurprisingly, his lawyer, who has worked for the family for quite some time. It will be quite interesting to learn exactly what happened in the trial, because I don't remember it that clearly. I mean, obviously it was massive because he was probably the world's biggest celebrity at the time. I mean, what a story. And in episode 1, it recalls the documentary, the Martin Bashir documentary, in which the bombshell was dropped that boys used to sleep in, young boys, very young boys, used to sleep in Michael Jackson's bedroom. I mean, everything about Michael Jackson is pretty weird looking back. Everything about him. I know he had a very complex childhood, of course, but yeah, he was a very unusual person, highly eccentric, and depending on who you believe, he was either just, a sort of harmless oddball who thought he was Peter Pan and loved hanging out with very young boys, or a sexual predator who was never brought to justice. So perhaps this series will further inform the debate. I feel like I've pretty much drawn my own conclusions already. So there's some interesting stuff in it. I mean, the Bashir documentary clips and also the outtakes from the Bashir documentary, which are pretty cringe, where Bashir's saying to him, "Oh, the way you are with your children, it's so lovely, it makes me want to cry." I mean, come on. That's pretty grim. And then also the fact that he made a pilot TV show, a kids TV show, Neverland TV, which in which this young boy who was featured in the trial, he briefly appears. So yeah, there's lots of interesting stuff in this, but it's all just a reminder of what a kind of freak show the whole sorry story was. Yeah, I don't know what you thought of this, Hannah. Did you learn anything new?
Do you know what? It's quite uncomfortable, isn't it, this sort of thing? I feel like a bit of an ostrich with it and burying my head in the sand, because you're right, there are loads of people that, feel that this didn't happen, that he was just a Peter Pan, as you say. But this, going back into the trial and looking in really quite forensic detail at all, his relationship with the media, his relationship with lots of different people, I think you do learn more. I think we always think we know, and then you actually see real footage, and I think you always will learn something a bit more, and I think I did with this too. I'm not sure that it changes my opinion at all, and I do find it quite uncomfortable, a lot of the stuff that goes on, and not least his childhood. His childhood, as you referenced, was extreme in parts, and again we go back to talking about child stars, and that's exactly what he and his family was. But that's no apology for anything that may have happened after that. That's no excuse, of course. But I think watching this is interesting, no matter what your feelings are, whether you believe or don't believe, or say wherever you stand. I think this is a deep dive into somebody who is incredibly famous, their life and their relationship with the press. And even when you think about it, back in the day, a number of years ago, I think one of his children's called Blankets, and he kind of hung him over the balcony. I remember that shock. I was really young at the time. I remember that's just so shocking. But there's so much of his life that's shocking. There's so much that's just not, in inverted commas, normal. It's extreme, it's odd, it's bizarre behaviour. And I think in the celebrity world, a lot of that gets sort of explained away as celebrity world. You can just be a bit crazy, can't you? Because you're a celebrity. You can dress and wear whatever you want because you're a celebrity, and you want people to look. This goes beyond that, I think. And this is a really, as I say, a very forensic look at that trial, at his life, and who he is. So I think it is interesting, as I say, but uncomfortable at times.